Good evening. I'd like to call the Utility Service Board meeting into order. We have a quorum. What I'd like to do is make a request for a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting on February 8th, 2022.
I'll move we approve the minutes from the meeting of February 8th.
I'll second.
Okay, and we'll take a roll call. Dave?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Zachary?
Aye.
And Tracy, am I also? We have
I need to read the bottom part. The Utility Service Board may impose reasonable restrictions on the number of attendees to control audience density in consideration of the existing COVID-19 national emergency. The public may participate remotely by dialing 312-626-6799 and entering the following meeting identification code: 850-1650-5291, followed by the pound sign.
proceed. I'd like to make a motion that we pay the claims.
Ms. Chairman, I'll second that.
Oh, first.
You make the motion and I'll second it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said
calling for it.
you'll make the motion.
She was calling for a
My
motion.
bad. I thought she said I'll make the
Did,
motion.
Dave.
I make a motion. Got me confused. I
I'll
thought you
second it.
said-
Ms. Dale.
You want to start over?
No, I'm good.
Okay. We'd like to take a vote. Dave?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye. Dale.
Zachary?
Aye.
And Tracy, I also. Okay.
Sorry about
We'll go
Order
ahead
the
and
superintendent.
have the
Good evening, everyone. So we don't have any unfinished or new business on here, so I'll go through my report and happy to take any questions. Not a whole lot of new developments. All our projects are rolling along. If you've been by 59th Street, you'll see we're well along in our demolition of the old plant there at 59th Street. And so right now, the big thing is we're working on a 3 million gallon reservoir. Matter of fact, I'll be going out there tomorrow to meet with them and actually get a walkthrough of the inside of the tank to look at a couple issues they have, want my opinion on in there. And then another thing we had develop out there is we had, I don't remember exactly what day, but it was last week we had, when they were taking the slab out of the old filter building, there were some mains buried in the slab, and so we hooked the valve, but of course everything's supposed to be dead, so we didn't think anything about it. But when the plant came on, when the system called for the plant to run, the water started shooting out the top of the valve. And so we had to shut everything down, and then come to find out, for some reason, this main was still connected to the plant effluent. It's not tied to the distribution system, but it's tied to the plant effluent. So we got it cut and capped so they could finish their demolition work the next day. But that's another item that just kind of shows what you run into when you're doing projects out here on the fort with the lack of documentation for what was done in the past. But that's going to be a project we're going to have to do in-house to trace that main out and find out exactly where it's connected and do a proper cut and cap on that. Not surprising out here on the fort. And we did attend the Council Finance Committee meeting on February 16th to present our request for our matching amount under the ARPA fund plan. So we'll be waiting to see what the council comes back with as far as approving the $2,050,000 matching amount for our SWIFT grant. And will be actually the projects to be funded by the SWIFT grant will be bid starting March 14th. That first ad goes in the paper on March 14th, and so we should be coming to you guys probably the first meeting in April looking for to award that project. And it also was, it had a lot of great questions from the counselors. Was able to inform them that, you know, we do have a sewer rate increase study going on right now, which we will hopefully have before them, before you guys first, and then before them. I think there was one question that I was asked, and I'll try to clear it up here, although, well, hopefully, you know, if they're watching on the social media. So one of the questions that I don't think I answered adequately is they were making reference to the fact that, or wondering why we hadn't acted on our sewer rates sooner, which the very simple answer to that is because of COVID, because the plan was to address the sewer rates starting in 2020, after our last water rate phase hit, and then we would present our sewer rate, then hopefully have that adopted by early 2021, maybe even late 2020. Of course, the pandemic intervened, and so, you know, I decided that, especially, you know, with discussion with the mayor and the controller, that, you know, it was not a good time to do that when people were struggling to pay bills. So we reluctantly, but I think wisely, put that off. So we are kind of behind where we want it to be, but I still think it was the right decision. So, and then we're also continuing work on our updating our capacity management, operation and maintenance plan. That's part of what the new EPA order requires. Structure Point's working on that right now. We've been answering a lot of questions, updating various aspects of that document. All our flow meters and rain gauges are in, so they're collecting data. Actually probably have some pretty good data by now, given the past few rain events. So I think we'll have plenty of good wet weather data. And unfortunately, you know, on the 17th, we had that heavy rain. We did have a couple of more sanitary sewer overflows to respond, but of course we responded, took appropriate action. And then that's pretty much it where we're at right now. I will mention we will be opening bids Friday for our Fall Creek, the feeder main that goes down to the Kroger complex down there. So that happens, I think, at 1:30 here on Friday afternoon. Then at the hopefully at the next board meeting in March, then we'll have a recommendation to bring before the board to award that. Then, other than that, I don't really have anything else to report.
I do have a question, and I'm not sure if there's any discussion on anything else. On the bids, are they offered by Zoom, or is it an in-person?
No, we just bring the contractors come in here in person,
Okay.
and we whatever bids we have, we open them, we read them aloud,
Okay.
and record them, hand them off to the engineer, and then
That's it.
and we'll come to you guys at the next board meeting.
Anything else?
I'm good.
Okay, Zachary, any questions?
Nope, no questions.
Okay.
Yeah, and no adjustments today.
Okay. So there's no unfinished business, there's no new business, and there's no adjustment. So may I make a motion?
Madam Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn.
Ms. Dale, I second the motion.
Okay, and I will take a roll call vote. Dave?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Zachary?
Aye.
Tracy, I also meeting adjourned.